Today in Awesome Stories, we are going to talk about an American horror thriller film called The Boy Behind the Door. Spoilers ahead. We start with a car driving to a house in the woods and entering a garage. A man opens the trunk and we see two scared boys screaming inside. 6 hours earlier, the two boys, Bobby and Kevin, play in a field and talk about how they can't wait to get older and leave their town. While they are playing catch, the ball goes down a hill and Kevin goes to get it back. As he takes some time to return, Bobby decides to go after him, but only finds his glove. He finds the ball and is attacked from behind by someone. Bobby wakes up in the trunk of a car and starts screaming for help. Trying to escape, he's able to break the restraints on his wrists and kicks the trunk open. He jumps off of it and squeezes out of the garage door. Bobby runs out of the house, but hears Kevin screaming from inside asking for help. Not wanting to leave his friend behind, Bobby runs back to help him. He breaks a glass window and goes through it, entering the house. Going to the kitchen, he sees the kidnapper sitting on a couch drinking beer and watching TV. Someone rings the doorbell and the kidnapper goes to answer the door, prompting Bobby to hide. The visitor gives the kidnapper some money and receives a watch. After the kidnapper leaves, Bobby looks for his friend upstairs. He checks the bedrooms and finds one with an open door. Bobby hears Kevin crying through a vent and tries to talk with him when the man appears in the hallway. When he tries to open Kevin's bedroom door, the man appears again, but he enters the room and hides in the closet. The man enters the bedroom and tells Bobby that he doesn't need to hide from him. When the man opens the door, the boy hits him with a wooden stick and runs downstairs. He tries to escape, but the man catches up to him and doesn't let him leave. Bobby runs to the kitchen, but feels cornered when the man approaches him. After vainly throwing hot water on the man's face, Bobby grabs a knife and points at him. When the man goes to grab it, Bobby slashes his hand. The man goes to restrain him again, but slips on the wet floor and hits his head on the corner. When Bobby goes to check if he's really dead, the man wakes up and Bobby accidentally stabs him. Bobby talks to Kevin and he tells him he has a chain on his ankle, restraining his movements. Bobby searches through the dead man's pocket and finds some keys. Since he can't open Kevin's door, he sees that he can use them to drive the car outside and get help. Not able to drive the car, he jumps out of it and lets the car crash downhill. While searching through the house, Bobby finds a box full of bloody kids' clothes inside. He finds an old phone and plugs it into a wall. When he hears the man's watch beeping, Bobby goes back to the phone and calls the police, describing where he is. A car approaches the house, prompting him to unplug the phone and hide. While the kidnapper goes upstairs, Bobby goes to the kitchen, hides the dead man's body and cleans the blood on the floor. While the kidnapper watches TV, Bobby goes upstairs with a knife in his hand, but the kidnapper hears the creaks of the steps. Bobby hides under the bed and sees the kidnapper opening a safe and putting money in it. After the kidnapper goes to the shower, Bobby opens the safe and finds pictures of boys inside. He also finds a key and tries to open Kevin's door, but it doesn't fit. Bobby uses the knife to try to open the door, but he breaks the handle and cuts his hand on the blade. He retrieves the blade using his shirt and hides again under the bed. The kidnapper gets out of the shower and sees the scratched door. Bobby hears Kevin's voice through the vent begging the kidnapper to let him go. Bobby gets scared when he hears a loud stomping sound coming out of the bedroom. When the kidnapper gets out of the room, Bobby tries to escape through the bathroom, but the handle comes out. The kidnapper tries to open the door, but since it's locked, he starts hammering the door with an axe. Someone starts pounding on the front door and the kidnapper goes downstairs to answer it. The woman opens the door and sees a police officer wanting to talk with her. The officer tells her about the possible kidnapping and gets suspicious after seeing her cut hand. He asks for her ID and she goes inside to get it. The officer gets impatient with the woman's delay and says he's going in if she doesn't answer him. He enters the house looking for her and turns off the loud TV. He starts calling for her when Bobby appears and screams for help. He walks to him, but the woman stabs and kills him with the axe. She also gets his gun and walks upstairs looking for Bobby. The woman tries to open the bathroom door, but there's no answer. She destroys the door with the axe, but sees that the boy is not inside. She goes back downstairs and looks for the boy outside, but only sees the dead man's body. Going back to the house, she hears a metal noise and looks for him in the garage. She starts talking about her clients and how they like boys who put up a fight, unlike his friend. Suddenly, the boy attacks and drops her to the floor, using the officer's cuff to restrain her on a metal pipe and stealing her keys. While he is running away, the woman shoots multiple times at the door, hitting the boy on the leg. Struggling, he goes upstairs and unlocks Kevin's bedroom door. After climbing the stairs, he sees a child's bedroom with a video camera. He finds Kevin in another room, but his face is covered with his t-shirt. Kevin wakes up scared, but Bobby calms him down. They try pulling the chain off the floor, but it's too strong. Bobby gets the axe from the door and tries to break the lock with it. Observing the lock, he tries the key he got from the safe and opens it, freeing Kevin. When they try to go downstairs, Kevin's halted by his shock collar. Bobby goes downstairs again and walks to the woman while she's trying to free herself from the pipe. He's able to find a pruning shears, but the woman frees herself and grabs him by the leg. She tortures him, pressing on his bullet wound, making him strike her and cut her finger. Bobby gets out of the house, but is too tired to go upstairs, passing out while Kevin calls for him. Kevin wants to run downstairs but is apprehensive when he gets to the steps. He fights his way down, taking multiple shocks while he walks. The woman frees herself from the pipe and bandages her hand. She gets the axe and starts to walk to kill the boys. Kevin gets to Bobby and removes his collar using the pruning shears. Bobby tells him to leave him, but Kevin refuses because they are friends till the end. The woman looks for them while they hide behind the officer's car. Kevin gets Bobby inside and goes to the front seat, where he finds a first aid kit and a taser. He also sees the radio and uses it to call for help. With cops in their way, Kevin goes to the back and applies bandages on Bobby's leg. Suddenly, they see the woman walking to the car. She hits the door with the axe, but the window doesn't break. She returns inside, gets the officer's key and opens the locked car. She drags Bobby out of the car and slams the door on Kevin's head. Bobby crawls trying to escape, but the woman pushes him down and lifts the axe to kill him. Kevin jumps her and tases her, giving them enough time to run to the woods. While they are running, the woman chases them with the axe. After some time, they think they lost her, but she shows up and knocks Kevin down. She tries to hit his head, but the axe gets stuck on a tree behind him. Bobby jumps her, but she drops him. He throws dirt at her face, prompting her to kick him in the stomach. When she tries to get the axe again, the handle breaks, making her decide to impale the boys with it. The boys are ready to give up when they hear a gunshot and a police officer appears behind her. At the end, the boys go home and end up going to California like they wanted. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like. It really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.